let's get into the content. So, hey, Amandla Stenberg just dropped the video on Twitter. Now, you guys remember who Amandla Stenberg is. If you forgot for some odd reason, Amandla Stenberg is the amazing actress. And I mean amazing in the most like simplest way. She's the amazing actress that played two different characters in the recent massive failure that is known as Star Wars: The Acolyte. This show obviously has been canceled. If you guys didn't know that for some reason, this show was canceled because it was a massive failure. And there's been a lot of coping and seething. We have petitions that have been opened by people who are saying to bring the show back. You have to bring the show back. Bring the show back, please. I need this show to feel seen. Well, apparently, Amandla Stenberg thinks it's in her best interest. And you can already tell, bro. When a woman is twirling her hair like this and trying to talk in front of a camera, you already know you're about to get the dumbest shit you have ever heard in your life. And that's exactly what this is. So really quick, shout out to Stephanie, Minor at Home. Good content creator. Please make sure you go check her out. Says, blaming your show's failure on hate from the alt-right is crazy. The Acolyte sucked, was not marketed well, and it suffered for it. Pair that with your video attacking fans and Leslie Headland's awful writing, and you have yourself a failure. Hollywood will blame fans before they take accountability, so fuck them. So this particular comment caught me interested, and I watched a video for a video I recorded today. It's going to be going out tomorrow. I watched the video, and it's just as bad as you probably are thinking in your mind right now. I'm telling you right now, this woman has to, I don't even know how to put it. She has to live. And you know what's crazy? She says it in the beginning of the video. She says she lives in her own bubble. She lives in the reality of her own bubble. I am so glad that this kind of a person admitted that, because that is precisely what is the problem with modern day entertainment. You have people who are being hired who live in the reality of their own bubble, and they're trying to pass that reality off as either facts or what the world view should be. And that's not how this is in the slightest. So let's react to this video, guys. I'm going to play it for a few minutes so you can get at least the beginning of her, her statement, and then we're gonna get into it. So let's volume maximum. Let's go. Here we go. I apologize for the cringe ahead of time.
Hello. I thought I would get on here and just speak candidly. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it. I don't use social media very much anymore, and I'm so happy about that. But there are many folks out there that I want to acknowledge and I want to show appreciation and love and support for. So that's why I'm hopping on here to talk about this.
Gee, I wonder why she doesn't use social media anymore. I wonder why. And you know what's amazing to me? Anytime you have a woman like this try to tell you, oh, I'm going to show love, I'm going to show support, I'm going to show this, that, it's bullshit. It's all passive aggressive nonsense, number one. And number two, she doesn't mean a fucking word of it. She doesn't care. This girl is living in her mansion from her rich white daddy, mind you, and sitting there trying to complain about oppression. You want to talk about you don't care about social media. You don't use social media. But this is like the second or third video you've made about social media, right? This is your coping and seething video. You dropped a diss track because of what you saw on social media. So you clearly care. But let's continue.
Which is that our Star Wars show has been canceled. And I'm going to be transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but for those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and no one had even seen it. And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us.
Every buzzword.
And, this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you. However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself. For me, it just became a situation where there was no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system while being in this very unique position. It was kind of like I had this very unique experience of experiencing the world.
All right, let me pause this really quick. So hold on. Number one, I find it amazing and highly ironic that the people who try to call YouTubers talentless hacks, right? The people who try to say that we're just grifters, we're just low tier content, super easy content, anybody can do it. These are the same people, the same kind of person who is literally struggling right now to get her thoughts across because she can't speak without a script. Isn't that amazing? I don't know if that's just amazing to me because I'm a content creator, but I find that to be highly ironic that these are the kind of people to call us talentless, and yet they can't speak without being told what to say. It's like, speak your mind. Speak your mind, lady. Like, how hard is it for you to speak your mind? Why are you struggling to speak your mind right now? It's because you can't do it without somebody else telling you what to say or think. So I just think it's highly ironic and hilarious that this person is struggling on video right now. And also, to back to what she said initially, I know of a bunch of people, probably more than I can count on two hands, but I'm not going to say for certain, but I would say probably. I know a ton of people that are not conservative that did not like the Acolyte. I know a lot of people that will literally tell you they're not conservative. They're probably either libertarian or center left, or even a little bit more than center left. And they did not like the Acolyte at all. They thought it was garbage. So I think it's hilarious that, again, this person lives in the reality of her own bubble. Remember, I'm glad she said that. And she thinks that anybody who disagrees with the show or the existence of the show is immediately an ultra hyper conservative, whatever the fuck hyper. Like, how can you be that dumb? I don't understand. I'm looking at this person and all I literally see is an empty head. There is no brain up there, like literally zero. But let's continue.
At large, which is, of course, hyper divisive right now, through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. And it brought up a lot for me, a lot socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system, how I respond to that kind of hatred, how I move through the world at large. And it just became inarguable for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I would have to honor my value system by being vocal, even within the context of working for Disney and working within the large, within the large, massive IP that is Star Wars.
How are you struggling, bro? You must be terrible. I don't even know.
On that topic, I just have to say it has been an incredible honor and dream.
Also, pay attention to the constant looking up. Again, I tell you guys all the time, read body language. If you learn to read body language really well, you will understand exactly what people are trying to do, whether lie to you or whatever the case may be. Just look at the body language. Constantly looking up, has to twirl her hair because she needs something to distract herself from her nerves of talking on camera right now. It's just pretty obvious at this point.
For me to be in this universe, it still feels, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being canceled, and I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are invested into it more. I'll just
Nobody's
feel
invested.
A lot of levity and joy around the fact that I got to experience it, and that people loved it. And
you lie. Look, she is searching her brain for the lie right now. She's looking up so hard and pausing nonstop. She's like, gee, what can I say? What should I say next? What should I say next? Because she doesn't have a script, ladies and gentlemen. These people who are professional liars, when they don't have a script, they are the ones who are the worst at exhibiting really bad body language to try to hide their bullshit. Let it be known She is lying through her teeth.
Responsive. I poured through a lot of different iterations of fan art and ship art and fan theories and things that were just so beautiful and filled my heart with joy. And I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way, and supported us vocally, despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received and the kind of the targeted attack, I would say, we received by the alt-right. Just that you were deeply loved.
By the alt-right. How is it? Anyway, I'm gonna let her finish.
Appreciate it. And it made this job all the worthwhile for me. And it made all of the challenging elements of it completely worthwhile for me. And so that, plus my love of sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be a part of the legacy of something that I so deeply value, and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long. So I also just want to say thank you to Lucasfilm. Just everybody that I worked.
All right, before she starts going into her fucking, I'm gonna suck off Lucasfilm, let it be known, okay? Anytime somebody says, oh, we got attacked by the alt-right, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They really don't. They're sitting there trying to pretend as if they're the ones who are the victims. They're the ones who are being attacked. You want to thank the same people that is the exact reason why you failed this show in the first place? Like, the modern, like, how are you blaming the alt-right when the modern audience was the one that didn't show up? Right? You guys said that the show was not for you. You said that it's not for us. It's not for it's for the modern audience. So how can you be blaming anybody else? And this goes for leftists, right-wingers, center people. I don't consider the modern audience to be any of those people, because guess what? The modern audience doesn't exist. But if you want to pretend like it does, then you need to be blaming the modern audience for why your show failed. And then the funny thing is, you told us, don't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. So we didn't watch it. And now you're mad that we didn't watch it. Like, you can't get both, right? Like, that's impossible. You can't tell people to back off and then get mad when your show failed.